My glory as Vibhuti and Yoga, he is unshaken. He is the Tattvajnani, a Buddhiman, he says. So this he talked about and he also said, what is the benefit you will get out of this knowledge? Because he says, Tesham satati yuktanam vachasam pritipurvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayamti te. I give Atmajnanam to such people. Atmajnanam is what? Nirguna Swarupam. So he is talking about Nirguna Swarupam now. And to understand Nirguna Swarupam is very, very, because any abstract things, what we want to know, it is very difficult for us to conceive. Because we have been trained to see only gross things. Tadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayam tite. So he said, first he gave the knowledge of, because we all have one Ishta Devata, Ekarupa. And then he graduated ourselves to Anekarupa, Vibhuti Yoga. But Bhagavan said, I am everywhere. I am Sarvajnaha. And then he said, with this knowledge, I will give you self-knowledge, which is Arupa. So Ekarupa to Anekarupa to Arupa. But to understand Arupa is very, very difficult. So what we normally do is, we have one, we call it Alambanam. Alambanam means one support, because we cannot conceive other than gross things. So we have suppose we have a haldi powder, manja podi. So what we do is, we create an alambanam of Mahaganapati in that turmeric powder. And then we invoke Lord Ganapati in that one. Mahaganapatim avahayami. So we invoke. Because we cannot perceive abstract things, but we can see the Bhagavan in that turmeric powder. Or you can take in most of the Devi Kovils, temples, they have the Valak Puja. That means they take the flame as an alambaram, flame as a Devi, alambaram, or Saligrama, or Shivalinga. And these are all the alambarams which are having pratika. Pratika means without any form, human form. But we have also human forms like Rama, Krishna, Hanuman. They are called Pratima. So we have two alambanams, Pratima and Pratika. So if we see Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, now being Ramanavami time, we see the decoration. And then but we are only going up to the surface. We are not going inside. So we enjoy the decorations, the flower alangarams and all that. But we are not going inside. But a student of philosophy should have a thirst for insatiable knowledge, to understand, to know, and to appreciate. So when I see Lord Rama in that symbol, I should be able to see. I am only seeing the Alambanam, Pratika, Pratima. But I should see that behind that particular Alambanam is that Lord Rama, abstract, Brahman. Another example is, how do we worship our country, India, Bharat? You cannot go every place and worship, offer flowers. So we have an alambanam in the name of the flag, India flag, or Bharat Mata, Vande Mataram. So we have an alambanam in the flag, and we represent the flag as the symbol of the India, which is totality. So now if you compare this, when I worship Lord Rama, I am worshipping not the figure, but I am worshipping the totality. And that is called Virad Darshanam or Vishwarupa Darshanam. That means on that Lord Rama, I am seeing the universal totality, that everything is God, everything is Bhagavan. Who is a devotee? Devotee is one who goes to the temple and worship the God. Or if you have a puja room in your house, you spend some time in the puja room, recite some namas and all that, then you are called a devotee. But once you come out of the temple or come out of the house, then you are no more devotee. So what Bhagavan says is, because that is the individual. But when you see a totality, instead of only Lord Rama as a particular form, but I see as a totality, like the India flag. When I see the flag, it is total India. Then I am a devotee at all times. That means whatever I see, because Bhagavan, as I told you, is the cause for the creation of this universe. Bhagavan is the cause for the creation of this universe. He is the material cause. That means whatever we see, whatever we adore, they are all Bhagavan. So that means when you open your eyes, you see nothing but Bhagavan. Everywhere is Bhagavan. So that means and the devotee is one who sees Bhagavan wherever it is. So when I am seeing Bhagavan at all the places, then I am a devotee forever. I am not only a particular devotee at a particular time, as we are having the vision now. So you have to expand that vision, and that is what is called Vishwarupa Darshanam. That 11th chapter is fully devoted for Vishwarupa Darshanam. But to take us to that Vishwarupa Darshanam, we have to become a Virad Bhakta first. So when I say Virad Bhakta is one who sees God at all the places at all times. That means there is no particular time you have to devote to worship. So you are a permanent devotee. So what is the shift taking place? Now we are all temporary devotees. So from temporary devotees, we should go to permanent devotee. And that is what this Vishwarupa Vibhuti Yoga is trying to help us. Even having this Vibhuti Yoga, we will not get liberation. For that moksham, we should have Nirguna Swarupam. We are still in Saguna Swarupam. So we should transform to ourselves into Nirguna Swarupam. That means abstract. Then only your knowledge is complete. Then only you will be able to get the liberation, moksha. So the steps are, you be Ekarupa in the beginning, worship the Lord wherever you at a particular time, at a particular place, and then understand that every creation has come from Bhagavan, because he was an upadana karanam, material cause, and from there we go to Nirguna Swarupam, Paramatma Swarupam, So before the Paramartha Swarupam, we are in Vyavaharika Swarupam. That means we are using Bhagavan as a, you can call it as a bargaining. I am worshipping you because I want some favor from you. What is the favor I want? I want good health, I want education, I want my family to be prosperous. All these things are our requirements. So we go to the Bhagavan with a petition that if you give me this, I will worship you. If you don't give me, I will not worship. And there are people who change Bhagavan also. If I don't get what I wanted, then my neighbor says, I went to this particular temple, I worshipped this Lord Ganapati, and he gave me all these benefits, then I immediately go to that temple. But that is not the case. Here he says, Bhagavan says, I am everywhere. There is no particular place where I am not there. I am there at all the places. So this transformation should take place in our intellect. Especially in the case of self-knowledge, Atma Jnanam, this is very, very important step, this transformation. And after informing all these to Arjuna had some doubts. So from the 12th sloka to 18th sloka, Arjuna was praising Bhagavan. How does he praise the Bhagavan? Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. Sarvam etat dhritam manye, Yanmam Vatasi Keshava, Nakite Bhagavan Vyaktim, Vidurdevana Dhanavaha. Then he says, Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, Deva Deva Jagatpate. I mean, he used all namas for praising Bhagavan, that you are everything, I understand everything from you. That means he is a good student because he has understood what Bhagavan wants to convey. Then he says, I want to know about your glories, your vibhuti, because you have, Bhagavan will say that in the 7th chapter or 9th chapter, I have given you in 2 slokas the vibhutis. But Lord Arjuna was not satisfied. Arjuna says, I understand you have already told about this. But he wants to Arjuna, Lord, to repeat elaborately. Vistarena, he says on the 18th sloka, he says, Vistarena Atmano Yogam, Vibhutim Chama Janardana, Bhuya Kataya Triptirhi, Srinvato Nasti Me Amrutam. He wants Vistarena in more detail, because I have understood all the whatever you have talked so far, but I am not able to grasp it, because this is what we all have, the problem. Because to understand philosophy is, you should require a very sharp knowledge, sharp intellect, because this is a subtle subject. Gross subject we can always understand, but when it goes to subtle, it is very difficult to understand. What does he want? Atmano Yogam Vibhuti. Your capability, what all you can create. Because I am a limited person. I have my limited intellect, limited understanding, whereas you are total. Vibhutim cha Janardana, Janardana means the one who accepts all the petitions from the people. Bhuya Kataya Triptirhi, because he says why he has used the word Bhuya again. Because Arjuna, Lord can say, I have already given this in the 7th chapter and 9th chapter. But yes, I understand. But I want you to repeat. Bhuya. Srinmato. Na asti me amrutam. Because any number of times you teach me, but this knowledge is like amrutam, nectar. It's not boring. It means once I hear, you cannot say, oh, you already taught this to me, so why should I listen to this again? Like some of the philosophical texts, Puranas, like Ramayana, we are now having yesterday and today Sundarakanda lecture. But we would love to hear whenever somebody is coming and giving that discourse, because any number of times we listen to these discourses, we are not satisfied. We are not getting tripti, contentment. So he says, Bhuya Kataya Triptirhi Srinmato na asti me amrutam. So I want to listen to you. See, even in our student days, some lectures we would like, if you are a interested student in mathematics, so any lecture in the mathematics class you will enjoy. But when it goes to history, many people would not like to see history. What is there? Because mostly in our history, they talk about all the Muslim rule, Chola, Chera, and all that things, British rules. So we don't want to, because we will not show that much interest. So you will show interest only what you like, what is attractive to you. Otherwise, you will not listen. So here he says, your glory, your vibhuti, your potential capacity. So any number of times I would like to you here teach me or listen, lecture to me, I will listen. We would have heard number of times. For example, now Bhagavad Gita itself. If somebody talks about Bhagavad Gita, the implications of Bhagavad Gita, importance of Bhagavad Gita, first they will teach us the fundamentals. That is how it is applicable to you, what benefits you will get. And if you know the benefits, then you will show some interest. Yes, I want a peaceful life. The Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita will give me peace of mind. So then I will be showing interest. So any subject we want to understand or keen interest I should show, because I should have that interest. So that is why, we always get attracted to attractive things. So in a temple, if the Lord has been decorated extremely, very pleasingly with all flowers, gold, ornaments and all that, so we would like to go and see the God any number of times. Because we are all tuned to see such things. Suppose I see a small baby elephant. When I see the baby elephant, you will never get bored seeing that. It's all its activities. We will be gone watching. Because that beautiful small elephant is very attractive to see as well as to play with this thing. Same time, somebody brought a cockroach. It was ugly looking. We have a hatred for that a cockroach. Why? Because I don't like that. But if you're asking a research student about cockroach, he will be doing research. He will love to have the cockroach with him. And he will also explain to us that this is one of the glorious srishti of Bhagavan, because cockroach has got a high living capacity. It has got in the case of they used to say, in the case of this atomic bombing in Japan, the entire human creation was totally gone, but the cockroaches survived. That means they got a biggest survival mechanism. So that is the glory of Bhagavan. Bhagavan can see. You can see the glory of Bhagavan. But I don't like cockroach because that's how I am trained. I am tuned. So even that cockroach is Bhagavan's srishti. And Bhagavan has given his life. His life is inside the cockroach also. That's why he's able to fly. So many things. So once I have the Virat Darshanam. Virat Darshanam means I see everything as Bhagavan's creation. Then this hatred will not be there. There won't be any ragat-vesha, no likes and dislikes. It will be neutralized, totally neutralized. I will not be envy. I will not be hate. I will not hate anybody. And I will, because everybody is Bhagavan. Everything, whatever I see is Bhagavan. So why should envy comes when somebody is doing very well? We can see now, among good friends, they were two medical students. They were in the same village. Both did extremely well, both brilliant students. But when it comes to practice, one doctor had so many patients and the other doctor has very, very few patients. The doctor who has got so many patients is, because he may be a clever fellow, he may be able to diagnose properly, and that glory belongs to Bhagavan. It's not, because the other fellow has also glory, but the blessings of Bhagavan is maximum in this case. That is the vibhuti. That is Bhagavan. See, we talk about cricketers. Among the cricketers also, once upon a time it was Sunil Gavaskar, then Sachin Tendulkar, then before that Kapil Dev. But it goes on changing. Now Virat Kohli. But they come and go. But whereas if the glory has come from Bhagavan, it is permanently with you. And that you can see, for example, if I look at my, when I say, that one alambanam can be my mother. Mother Devo Bhava. That means I see all the ladies as my mother. All the gentlemen as my father, Prisita Devo Bhava. All the gurus as my teacher, Guru Devo Bhava. So that means alambanam can be either on a symbol, or it can be on a human being, or it can be on an animal. I mean, there is no limit. The only thing is that your views are that I see Bhagavan in everywhere, every srishti. So if you have that type of drishti, and that is called Virat Bhakta. Virat Bhakta is one who has no preference to a particular god or a particular person or a particular item. He loves everybody, every time, all the times, without any grudge or anything. That means he is always cheerful. Lord Krishna is a classical example in the case of Bhagavan. Right from the day, from his birth till his last day, he was never shown any worried face. He has never cried. He was all the time smiling. It means he loved his job. Whatever he was performing, he was I mean, he has no hatred on anybody for that matter. And he is an avatara. That avatara came in the 4th chapter. He more or less exhibited that I am a avatara. Why did I take this avatara? Because dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. And from where? My atma mayaya. So avatars all has come from for a particular purpose, for a particular this thing. They can take any shape, any this thing. It need not be, it has to come through a garbha. He can also come. In the case of Prahlada, Nrsimha Bhagavan came through a pillar. So that is to protect the what you call as sadhus. Paritranaya sadhunam. So this 10th chapter, so Arjuna now wants to know, I am an ordinary person, I am not so this thing, I have understood whatever you have taught so far, but I would like you to elaborate little more, vistarena, because you have only given a concise. You give me a vistarena, so that, I will be able to understand and I can follow. So this is up to the 18th sloka. Now on the 19th sloka onwards, Bhagavan says, he accepts Arjuna's request and he starts giving his reply. So we go to sloka number 19. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Antate Katharishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutayaha Pradhanyata Kurushreta Nastyendo Vistarasya Me. Hanta means, okay, I understand. Say to you, Kadishyami, I will tell. What? Atma Vibhutayaha, my glories. Divya, only all the divine, extraordinary glories I will tell. Pradhanyataha, even among extraordinary glories there are plenty. So I will only discuss about the Pradhanyataha. And he calls Arjuna as Kurushreshta. That means the noble one of Kuru family. Nasti antaha vistarasya me. There is no end to my glory. So Bhagavan says, everything belongs to me. Everything is my glory. Here there's a psychology here. What is the psychology? If anyone wants to talk about his personal glories, he'll be very happy. We can see in most of the public functions and all that, you give a mic to somebody and he will go on talking about himself. I have done this, I have done that. Because of me only this institution has come up. That means self-praise. So when such an opportunity comes to Bhagavan here, Krishna should be proud of his, because he will be very happy to talk about his glories, Atma Vibhuti. But that is not the case here, because Bhagavan is total. Whereas individual is, we are talking from ego point of view. We go to a doctor, and the doctor, I have some problem with my jaws. So the doctor says, open your mouth. I open my mouth. And then now you can close it. But there are people who have got locked jaws. They will not be able to close the mouth. Locked jaws. So when we look at that situation, what should be our attitude? So we should be that Bhagavan has given me a proper mouth where I can open my mouth, I can close my mouth. Whereas you see that man, he has got a problem. So in that case, this opening and closing of my mouth is the glory given to me by Bhagavan. So this is how we should develop. The Vibhuti Yoga should be used to understand the glory of Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan. Everywhere is Bhagavan. Today I am able to walk. Evening I go for a walk. But you have seen how many people, they are not able to walk. You take your food. You are able to digest the food. How many people have problem with digestion? Stomach problem. So that means every glory belongs to Bhagavan. So if these are the glories, we can call it Laukika glories. Innumerable glories. That means even in the Kenopanishad, he has said that winking of the eyes. Winking of the eyes also is my glory. And for that he says, why should I wink? Winking means I am moisturizing my eyes. The eyes should not be dry. Because if the eyes are dry, it will crack. The retinas and all that will start cracking. So it has to be moistened constantly. That way the tear glands are there. So once the tear glands are activated, now we don't know that tear glands is automatically activated. But when you find in front of an eye doctor, he says that my eyes are dry. So the doctor says, I give you some eye moistener liquid or drops, and you take a filler and put the drops every now and then. So see the glory, Bhagavan's glory. So this is how we should expand our mind. I mean, whatever I see, it is the glory of Bhagavan. If I have been given a comfortable accommodation, comfortable place to stay, a good relations, relatives, good friends, good surroundings, it's all because of Bhagavan's glory. That's how we should expand. That's what he says. Hamtate katavishyami divya hyatma vibhuteha pradhanyata kurushreta natyanto vittarasya me. So if I have to go on talking, I can talk number of years about my glory. But since now the time is limited, I will only give Divya Hyatma Vibhuteha. Extraordinary glories. Even in the extraordinary glories, I will only talk about important ones. Pradhanyataha, Kurushreshta. This Kurushreshta is also a wonderful word. Because among the Kurus, you are superior, superlative degree. Because he is in the Vibhuti Yoga, he will talk in one of the slokas, Pandavanam Jana Arjunaha. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. So that means even that is a glory. Among the Pandavas, Arjuna is shown as a glory. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. So that's why now he talks about Kurushreshta. He is giving that indication now itself, that people can remember you for your valor, for your fearlessness, and your talents, and how you could understand the Gita Upadesha from Lord Krishna at a particular short time, and then you could fight for the sake of Dharma. So that's why he's called Kurushreshta. Pradhanyataha Kurushreshta Nanyanto Vistarasya me. Now, from the second line of 20th sloka till 38th sloka, he is describing 75 glories of vibhutis of Bhagavan. 75 ordinary things. Some of them are Purana, from the Puranas, some of them are from the nature, some of them are from the, what we see and all that. So 75 items he has detailed for us to contemplate. And through them, we understand that we should know that these vibhujis, any one of them we can pick up and go on analyzing and thinking, and then expand your mind. Then get the vibhuji. And then in the 11th chapter, he will give you the Vishwarupa Darshanam. Because, we all are inquisitive people. Because I have to see with myself, my own eyes, that what you talk is all not cock and bull story, but it is reality. So that 11th sloka is a Vishwarupa Darshanam. So he starts his Vibhuti Yoga chapter from the 20th sloka. So he says, Kamtate Kathayashyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutayaha Pradhanyata Kurushreta Natyendo Vittarasyame. So he has given that I will tell you, I will teach you all the most important, extraordinary glories, 75 glories. Because that will be appealing to you. That is for ordinary people, not for a highly educated people, subtle, understanding people. So that I will teach you. Then he starts from the 20th sloka. This 20th sloka is one of the most important slokas of Bhagavad Gita. As I told you, somebody asked Ramana Maharshi, which is the best sloka, appealing sloka to you? And Ramana Maharshi said, all the slokas. But then this man said, I want to pinpoint, you should pinpoint only one sloka. And that one sloka is this 20th sloka he picked up. Ahamatma gudakecha sarva bhutashayasthitaha aham adicca madhyam cha bhutanam antayeva cha. Aham atma gudakecha sarva bhutashayasthitaha aham adicca madhyam cha bhutanam antayeva cha. The first line is a total Vedantic teaching. This is the most exalted teaching in Bhagavad Gita. Aham Atma. Aham Atma means I give life to every one of you. Without me, no life is possible. That is the Chaitanya Swarupam. Chaitanya Swarupam is what? Awareness. Aham Atma. That means, again he says, Sarva Bhuta Shayasthitaha. Sarva Bhuta Shayasthitaha means in all living beings. Sarva Bhuta, all living beings, Bhuta Shayasthitaha, in their mind. Sthitaha, I am there. Now imagine, if the life is not there, what are you? You are only a dead body, corpse. You have no life. Dead body, the eyes are there, but the eyes cannot hear. The ears are there, eyes cannot see, ears cannot hear. It cannot recognize anybody. You touch, no sensation. So, Aham Atma, I am the life of every living beings. This is the most Nirguna Swarupam. Nirguna Swarupam means life nobody can see. Even today scientists are trying their level best. What is meant by life? Artificially they are not able to make the life till now. Okay, we have made a robot and all that. But for the robot you have to pre-plan what that robot should do. In most of the factories now, especially in the steel factories where the steel furnaces are there, where the temperature is very high, where no person can go and do anything. But now they are using the robot. So robot can push the raw material inside the furnace, and when the steel is hot liquid steel is generated, it is taken out, then it is put in a mold form, and then whatever shape we want to give to that is being done. But life, nobody is able to give life in anywhere. And Bhagavan says in our Taittiriya Upanishad, in Bhrigu Ya evam veda kshema iti vachi yoga kshema iti pranapanayoho karmeti hattayoho gatiriti padayoho vimuktiriti payo. This is the Bhrigu. Please note, ya evam veda kshema iti vachi yoga kshema iti pranapanayoho. We talk about pranapana. He talked about the hands, karma. He talked about gatiriti padayoho for the legs. Then he said, vimuktiriti payo. Vimuktiriti payo means he talks about all the organs in the body. That means it is meditation on each and every organ. So we worship the hands, we worship the legs, we worship our body, but we worship the Smriti. The scriptures say they are even talking about worshipping the most important organ in the body, which we call it as unholy, that is the evacuation. We call it as unholy. But scriptures say, vimuktiriti payo. So Bhagavan says, when he talks about his glory, when will you come to know about that evacuation organ? Suppose you have some stomach problem. You are not able to go to the bathroom at all. Then we go to the doctor. Or either it is totally stopped or it is totally loose. So I go 25 times to the bathroom. So you see the glory now. So if you are having normal activities with all your organs and if everything is going smoothly, then you say, oh, I am very careful. I do yoga. I do this. I do meditation. I keep my mind calm. I keep my mind peaceful. That means you are taking arrogance, ego, but understand that everything is Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is giving you protection for all these organs, for all these things. So he says, when I say Aham Atma, so I am the life giver to every one of us. Whether it is plant, whether it is tree. See, for example, in the case of seed, I have a mango seed. I plant the mango. And then when it manifests, it becomes a tree. And I get only mango from there. I cannot get from a mango seed a coconut, something else. Because it is all limited. Whereas in the case of Bhagavan has created this cosmos. Bhagavan has created this cosmos. Bhagavan says in the, again, Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma vidapnoti param tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanam anandam brahma satyam jnanam anandam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyomanya sosnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipachiteti tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhudaha. So the space has come from Atma. So you can see the glory. Cosmos. Akashat vayuhu. Vayor agnihi. Agnihi apaha. Apaha prithvi. So these 5 elements has come from Bhagavan. So now, that is the reason why in our Sandhya Vandana mantra we worship Agni. If I go to Ganges river, I don't just put my leg straight away. I take the water, do some purification process, and then only I enter the water. So that means everything is divine. See, we worship Tulsi tree. We create Tulsi and we worship. Why? Because everything is given by nature. And again, nature means what? Bhagavan has given. It has come from Bhagavan. So that is the Vibhuti. So Vibhuti, this Vibhuti yoga makes you a permanent devotee from a temporary devotee. So now we are all temporary devotees. I go to the temple, spend for half an hour there, and come out, then that's all. Then my devotion is gone. But here, we train ourselves that wherever I see, whatever I see, in whichever direction I look at. Because today, if I have to look at, if there is a hall where I am giving a lecture, I can see with my eyes only a certain section of the people. I cannot have a total view, overall view. That is called a totality. That is possible only for Bhagavan. So this Vibhuti Yoga, and he has the biggest glory, he said, the exalted glory, he says, is Chaitanya. Chaitanya means awareness, life. This life is given by Bhagavan. Please understand that. It is your, after a night's sleep, you wake up in the morning. Without Bhagavan's Kripa, you can never wake up. So right from waking up, wake up. And then, so he says, Aham Atma. And he has used the word Gudakesha, Sarva Bhuta Sayasthidaha. Gudakesha. Gudakesha means he is addressing Arjuna. Arjuna is Gudakesha means he has conquered sleep. Gudaka means sleep. In scriptural language, it is Tamoguna. Tamoguna means laziness, carelessness, sleep, inactivity. So he has won over that this thing. And here we also talk it called as spiritual ignorance. We have got so many ignorance, but spiritual ignorance is the biggest hurdle for all of us. So if you want to wake up from spiritual ignorance, that's what he says. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashayasthidaha. This particular line is packed completely Vedantic topic. And what is the Swarupa of Brahman? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. 3 qualities. So here we are talking about Chit. And he is going to talk about Sat also on the 39th sloka of this chapter. So that means existence. Sat is existence. So if Brahman is not existing, nothing will exist. So Brahman is existing all the time, eternal. So this Nirguna Swarupa, awareness Swarupa and existing Swarupa, Sat Swarupa, Bhagavan knows it is very difficult for someone to understand. So he says, in between these two, I will give you that 75 vibhutis, glories, which you will be able to practice. And through that, you could reach us. So this is how he's going to develop this into this part. So we'll take it up in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyase Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Thank you all.